In 2019, Greater Manchester's 10 districts came together in our fight against climate change. We set out our long-term environmental vision to be carbon neutral by 2038 and agreed our plan to make the systematic changes we need to how we consume and produce energy locally to get us there.
Frankly, time is running out. I think we can see around us the changing climate that we're seeing.
We have to respond to the climate change.
It's impacting on everybody right across Greater Manchester.
If everybody does just a little bit, it will make a big change.
Our carbon emissions nowadays are so high that are destroying our ozone layer.
I believe that the time to act is now.
We're in a climate change crisis. We have to cut down on our emissions of CO2.
Since the launch of our plan, we've moved quickly to turn words into action. We've rolled out an ambitious programme of improvements to the energy efficiency and running costs of our public buildings. That helps to deliver our ambitious environmental goals and saves our councils, hospitals and universities money that they can put back into frontline services. Since we've started, we have secured £95 million of grant funding and leveraged a further £18 million of match funding from Greater Manchester's district councils to upgrade 10% of all our local authority-owned buildings to help make them fit for a low-carbon future. These include buildings at the heart of our communities, leisure centres, schools and community hubs.
We've got a heat pump that is supporting the heat leakage from the fish and meat hall.
I think that the berry market is contributing well.
We were top of a league that I didn't want to be.
Size-wise, it's within the top 4 buildings. That meant that we was up there in the league table for CO2 emissions.
It's important that we have a plan and we pass it on to our communities.
The carbon saving measures hope to achieve not only a reduction in carbon but also operating costs for the building user.
The upgrades include technologies that will be a staple of our low carbon future: heat pumps, solar energy, battery storage and an array of energy efficiency measures like insulation and LED lighting.
This project's important because young people get it. Young people really get the need for dealing with climate change.
It's important because we're not using an excessive amount of greenhouse gases.
It is powered by the sun and it helps because it's good to the environment.
The challenge was not to renew light fittings that were only 10 years old.
What they've done is removed this gear tray with your fluorescent tubing and replaced it with an LED strip.
Our local authorities have also secured an additional £8.5 million of European grant funding and leveraged a further £8.5 million match funding to deliver solar panels and battery storage on local authority-owned buildings, car parks and land. We are on track to deliver 16 megawatts of additional solar panels and battery storage capacity, with a growing pipeline of solar energy projects currently totalling 60 megawatts, enough to power around 15,000 homes across the city region.
Chamber House will be the largest local authority-owned solar farm in Greater Manchester.
Solar farms are a great opportunity for generating larger scale renewable energy.
We've got a solar farm, which is a first for Salford, going to be able to generate 2 megawatts of power. It's an important first step for us. It will save us money. It will reduce our carbon footprint and it will make it a cleaner and fairer city.
Through our decarbonisation activity, we are researching new commercial models that will drive cost savings to protect critical public sector budgets.
Schools had 3 air source heat pumps, upgrade on our boiler plant, full new building management system, new air handling unit.
Solar panels are a really good way of kind of future-proofing and protecting schools from some of those longer-term price rises.
2038 is not just a target to cut our carbon emissions. It will help create green jobs and drive investment in the skills that will create inclusive, sustainable growth in our local economy. And those benefits won't just be in the future. We're already seeing them today. The work we've already done is expected to support the creation or safeguarding of around 2,000 jobs throughout Greater Manchester. We're also making sure that local businesses get the opportunity to work with us to deliver these projects. Since 2021, our Smart Energy Framework has meant local businesses have been able to secure £3.5 million of contracts to install solar panels, batteries and other green technology on public buildings across Greater Manchester. We have made significant progress from a standing start. However, if we are serious about reaching our target of being carbon neutral by 2038, we'll need to dramatically increase the number of buildings we upgrade each year. We can only go so far by upgrading public sector buildings, which make up less than 1 in 10 of the buildings which need to improve. So that means there is a role for businesses, communities and every resident of Greater Manchester. We've all got a part to play in reducing our carbon emissions. To help catalyse that action, we are the first city region in the country to develop and adopt local area energy plans. These plans provide a clear roadmap for everyone to support the net zero carbon transition and help us make a greener and fairer Greater Manchester. The plans have identified a £12 billion investment opportunity in our wider public estate, including heat networks, social housing retrofit, renewable energy generation and public sector retrofit.
The more buildings that are taking part in this, the better.
The time to act is now.
We need to protect this planet.
It's important to make changes to the environment.
Like small changes lead to big changes.
We have to do it right now.
It's really important that we all do our bit.
You can visit our website to find out more about our work to decarbonise buildings across Greater Manchester and how you can support us. Thank you.